Hi everybody, I'm Pratibha Agarwal. Happy Monday. I am an immigration attorney. If you've never joined me before, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I'm based outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. Our clients are all over the United States. They're all spread out all throughout the United States, and we represent them in various immigration matters. And we can help you. We actually work with almost every type of immigration case, unlike many law firms I know. We work with employment-based cases, family cases, and humanitarian cases such as asylum, U visas, T visas, and my very favorite, VAWA. We work with all types of cases, and we can help you with immigration-related questions right now. So I come on here live and I answer your questions. So if you have immigration-related questions, in sort of these areas of immigration law, basically we're looking at employment-based, so that could be employment green cards, visas, T visas, U visas, which are T visas are for victims of trafficking, U visas are for victims of crime, VAWA, which is victims of abuse that might even be eligible to apply for a green card at the same time as their VAWA benefits. And of course, family cases, if you're sponsoring your parents, your children, your siblings, your spouse, I would love to answer those questions as well. So feel free to put them in here. If you're joining me for the first time, say hello, tell me where you're watching from. I always love to know where you guys are from. Hi Kuldeep, hi Beverly, nice to see you both. I would love to know where you're from. Say hello. If you have questions, put them in. If you want to be notified when I'm on live, so I come on throughout the week, not always at the same time, so it'll be helpful if you do want to be notified. Make sure you like us and follow us on Facebook and our other social media platforms such as TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Again, we're on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. We can answer most immigration questions. I'm going to come on and I will start off with my question of the day. Heads up, if you know of others that might be interested in joining us today, make sure you let them know, share this post with them, and they can like us, follow us, and be notified when we go live. So just a heads up that you can do that. Hey Mohit, nice to see you again. Great, so I'm going to start off with my question of the day, which might be helpful to many of you that are watching. And while I'm talking, feel free to put your questions in as well, okay? Essentially, my first question, and this comes up a lot, and many people don't actually know the answer to this, okay? So they don't know the correct answer to this, and I want to be able to help you. So here it is. I entered the U.S. illegally. Do I have to leave the country to file for my green card? So many times people enter the U.S. illegally. They may have just crossed the border, or maybe they came through the border, but they used false documents or something like that. But if you enter the U.S. illegally, for example, and you otherwise qualify for a green card. So let's say you crossed the border illegally and you didn't get caught, you made it across the border, you are now married to a U.S. citizen, or maybe you are married and you have U.S. citizen kids that are at least 21 or over, and you want to apply for your green card, or you're wondering, am I eligible to apply for a green card? So many people that call us, their parents would otherwise be eligible for a green card, but they've entered illegally, right? So if you've entered illegally, generally the process requires you to start the green card process here in the U.S., and then you would leave the country, process abroad, and re-enter, right? That's the normal green card process for people that have had an illegal entry, or maybe sometimes even if you had a legal entry and you fell out of status, some of these processes require you, depending on who's petitioning for you, it might require you to leave the country, process abroad, and come back in, right? Again, this is general information. So just want to make sure that, everyone's immigration history is a little bit different. So if you are in the situation, don't leave the country. If you've entered illegally, don't leave the country for green card processing without talking to an immigration attorney to make sure everything is well and good and that you're all set as best as you possibly can be to re-enter the U.S. Okay? Getting back to my question, I entered the U.S. illegally. Do I have to leave the country in order to process my green card? The answer is not always. If you've had an illegal entry, you might be eligible for humanitarian benefits like VAWA, like U visa if you're a victim of a crime, if you're married to a U.S. citizen, or you have kids that are 21 or over, you might be eligible to process through VAWA, or you might be eligible for T visa, which is for victims of trafficking, and potentially asylum as well. So there are 4 different options that I just named, which will, if you are successful in any of those 4, you may be able to process your green card without having to leave the United States. So give us a call if we can help you with your green card application. If you had an illegal entry and you're interested in a green card, especially we work with many clients that have spouses that are U.S. citizens or green card holders, or they have children that are at least 21 years old and they're U.S. citizens, you might be eligible to process your green card without having to leave the United States. So I would suggest have a consultation. You may be eligible to do this whole thing right here in the U.S., green card in 2.5 years. If you qualify, call us and we can screen you and let you know. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. My name again is Pratibha Agarwal. We help with immigration applications all throughout the United States. Okay, look forward to meeting some of you. If you're interested in a consultation, you can call the office. We're open 8 a.m. We're open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern time. Currently, our hours will shift a little bit shortly, actually. So currently, we're open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern time. You can also schedule a consultation at any time that's convenient to you by going to our Facebook page, Agarwal Immigration, or our website, agarwalimmigration.com. You will see my availability and you'll be able to make a payment and schedule a consultation directly from those pages. Okay? Awesome. So let me make sure I see your questions and get to them. Hi, Mohit. So Mohit is here on YouTube. He says, how long does it take for a VAWA-based work permit after fingerprints? Great. In our cases that we filed, we usually see work permits come in 1 to 2 months after biometrics are completed. Hope that answers your question. Call us if you see a delay. There may be an issue with what was submitted. We can certainly do a consultation. You can reach us 703-348-1663, or you can go on our Facebook page or on our website and schedule a consultation directly from there. All right. Let's see. Oh, says, your necklace is very beautiful and your face is pretty. Thank you, You know how to make a girl feel good today, huh? All right. Well, that wasn't a comment. Just as a heads up, feel free to follow us and like us. You can reach us. You can follow us, like us, and be in touch with us through our social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Again, that's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And you can also follow us and like us on these platforms. Share this post with others. And if you want to call us to talk specifically about your immigration case, I would love that. You can certainly do any consultation with us by phone, by Zoom, or in person. Most people, let me just give you a heads up, like to do Zoom because it's like this. We're kind of face to face like this. I can share documents with you. We can get your immigration history. I will get everything I need to know and give you all the options to get that green card or to get that work permit, whatever you're looking for here in the U.S. Okay? Call us 703-348-1663. Where is your office located? So where is my office located? My office is currently located in Arlington, Virginia, which is right outside of Washington, D.C. We have clients all throughout the United States, however, so no matter where you're located, we can help you. We have a small team and we all work on your case together, and we would love to work with you. So we have clients spread out all throughout the United States. We have everything can be done remotely, but if you'd like to come in person, we're happy to see you in person as well. Okay? And we've had successful applications without ever meeting the client in person if you're worried about that, but we're always accessible to you. You can always call the office. We will call you back, or we will, if you reach us, of course, we will direct you to the right person to answer your question. All right? Great. Thank you, Joanne. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. All right. Is it possible to apply for a marriage-based green card if my spouse is living abroad? Is it possible to apply for a marriage-based green card if my spouse is living abroad. Yes, so this is done through a process called consular processing. What you do is you start that petition here in the U.S. So the petitioner who is living in the U.S. right now, they're either going to be a citizen or a green card holder. They're going to show the government that they have this status, either a citizen or a green card holder, and then they're going to show that they're married to this person abroad and that this marriage is real and not just for immigration purposes. Once that's approved, the case then gets transferred. Ultimately, there will be an interview at the U.S. Embassy abroad where your spouse is located. They will appear for that interview, receive a visa, and enter as a green card holder. So this whole process can take a couple of years, so you want to make sure you prepare as strong an application as possible. I would suggest give us a call. You can reach us at 703-348-1663, or you can schedule a consultation on our Facebook page or on our website, agarwalimmigration.com. Facebook handle is Agarwal Immigration. Again, I'm Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I work with clients all throughout the United States. All right. I have a denied green card application. Can I appeal that decision? I have a denied green card application. Can I appeal that decision? Yes, usually in most times you can appeal that decision if you think that it was made incorrectly. So you can request either a motion to reopen, so basically a motion to reconsider your application, or you can appeal that decision. And that's usually done 30 days after that decision is sent out. We're actually working on some right now for people that hired us after the fact. So not our cases. We've been pretty successful, knock on wood, with our green card applications. But people that want to work with us, they realized they made a mistake, or they realized their application wasn't as strong, and now they've hired our firm to help them with that appeal or consider refiling that application as well. So sometimes it might make sense to appeal your green card application, but other times you might just consider reapplying with better evidence, right? If you're not prohibited from reapplying. In many cases, we have situations, pretty often actually, because we represent a lot of VAWA clients, we have many situations where someone comes to us, they have a green card application pending that they've started already with their spouse, right? And then their spouse becomes abusive, or their spouse was abusive all along, and they got to the point where they're threatening not to go to that green card interview, where they are threatening deportation, using this green card application that's pending, holding it over the spouse's head, right? And manipulating them. So there's so many situations that we see that are like this, where one spouse is kind of using their status in the U.S. to manipulate the other spouse and abuse the other spouse in a sense. So what they do is they can leave that application pending, and they can file a self-petition. So this kind of takes the power away from the U.S. citizen or green card holder spouse when they're being abusive. So as long as the marriage is real, that it's not just for immigration purposes, and there's abuse in the marriage, you've lived with this person, right? You might be eligible to kind of take the power away from that person, file your own green card application confidentially without them even knowing or being involved in the process. Of course, we want everything to be truthful and accurate. But you can take the power away, you can essentially become more independent and have control over your own future. At this sense, you don't have to submit to all this abusive behavior and apply for your green card on your own without the help of your spouse. So you can reach us. We do many cases like this. Call us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. We can help you with any of your immigration applications. Anya says, sorry, Miss Agarwal, is it true that marriage-based green card has no more interviews? There are many marriage applications that do not require interview. So we're getting a lot of these. We've been getting them actually for a couple of years, and it's great because our whole philosophy, our firm's philosophy, is we like to prepare a strong application on the front end, which means provide as much evidence as we can, address any possible issues, be very strong on the front end. So there's no need for an RFE, for example. And it can bypass an interview. So we've gotten that. I think we've had our first one a couple years ago where the marriage-based green card application was approved without interview. Hope that is helpful to some of you that are considering marriage applications. We can certainly talk to you, have a consultation, and might be able to help you put together a very strong application for your marriage-based green card. Give us a call, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. I'm not sure what this means, Joanne. Joanne is saying, what does it mean when the U.S. Embassy gives you 60 days waiting before you have a medical appointment? Can it go longer than 60 days? So it's usually whenever they have availability, right? So it could be that they don't have availability before then. You have to have medical appointments for green card purposes with panel physicians, with people that are authorized by the government. So you can't just go to any doctor. You have to go with people that have been approved by the government to render these types of appointments. So they may just not have availability. So I would say maybe try calling around to, if they give you multiple options, you could try different physicians to see if they're able to assist you and see you sooner. Okay, and sometimes you might be able to request an expedite if you need to be in the U.S. earlier to get that appointment done sooner. All right, I hope that was helpful, Joanne. You can call us if you would like at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Rugvinder says, I have a travel document through VAWA. Can I go to India? Let me know, please. That's a great question. I'm going to repeat it because I think I messed it up as I was reading it. But basically, Rugvinder has a travel document through VAWA. So essentially, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, essentially Rugvinder has a VAWA application and a green card application that was filed at the same time, and through that he was able to apply for work authorization and travel authorization. He received both work and travel authorization, and now wants to travel while his VAWA and his green card might be still pending with the government, right? So no decisions are made, but he has an approved work permit and might also have an approved travel document, advanced parole authorization as well. Okay? Is it safe to travel? So I advise my clients to not travel, right? I say wait till you get a green card, because what if something happens? What if your case gets denied? What if VAWA gets denied while you're outside of the country? We're very hopeful. We like to be positive, but I am very risk averse. I don't want you to get stuck outside the country, right? And you might not be able to come back in, because if you're here and have acquired a certain amount of unlawful presence, I don't want you to take the risk of going outside the country and then not being let back into the country. So that is my concern. However, many of my clients don't listen to me. They don't care. They get travel authorization and they want to take the risk and leave the country and visit family, because I understand it's been a really long time since they've been outside of the US and they want to see certain people that might not be able to come here and visit them. So I can tell you that my clients, knock on wood, none of them have had an issue returning to the US. But I also can tell you I have had consultations with people that did have issues returning to the US when they were traveling on a VAWA travel authorization. So again, none of my clients have had issues, but I think we should be risk averse and stay in the country if you possibly can until you have a green card. Once you have that green card, do whatever the heck you want. You have so much freedom. But why risk that? Why risk that at this point when you've already been here for so many years without a travel authorization? Wait a couple more years until you have that green card, and then you can be free and not have to worry. That's my philosophy, but yes, technically you can travel. I don't recommend it, however. Okay? Call us if we can help you. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. If you have immigration questions, go ahead and put it here into the chat. I'm streaming live on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Again, that's TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm answering questions, so go ahead and put your questions in here, and I'll try my best to get to them. I think I've gotten to most of them today. I'll do a quick run through, make sure I hit all of them. If you don't already follow us and like us on these platforms, we're Agarwal Immigration on all 4 platforms: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So Agarwal Immigration is our handle. Make sure you follow us and like us on these platforms if you want to be notified when I'm on live. And if you think you have friends or family that might want to join us next time or want to join an immigration attorney to ask a question, please share this post with them so they can be notified as well. All right. Anya says, why would they ask for petitioners' biometrics for green card-based marriages? They don't. They usually only ask for the beneficiaries. They don't typically ask for the petitioners. So unless they suspect that the petitioner maybe has a criminal history, may not be eligible to sponsor the person, their spouse or their children, right? Some petitioners with criminal histories are not allowed to sponsor for a green card. So if that's the case, maybe that would be a reason why they would call them in for fingerprinting so they can pull a complete criminal record. If we can help you with anything, reach out to us, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Shintu says, how long does it take to get approved for an I-130? I think that's what you're saying. It says I-30. I think you mean I-130. So how long does it take to get approved for an I-130? So I-130 is the start of a family-based green card application. It's used for sponsoring spouses. It's used for sponsoring children. Any family member really starts off with the I-130, and it normally takes about 9 months, sometimes a little faster, about 6 months, to be approved. I hope that answers your question. You can reach us if you would like help with filing your family-based green card application. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, I'm Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I help with many family-based immigration applications. We'd love to talk to you more about your case. Okay? Deep Singh says, how long does it take after receiving a prima facie letter? How long does it take after receiving a prima facie letter? So prima facie is sort of like a pre-approval in a VAWA petition. So VAWA is, in the case type that we most often see, it's where a U.S. citizen or green card holder is abusive to a person, to their spouse, right? So U.S. citizen or green card holder spouse, the marriage is abusive, and it can be, all types of abuse can be considered. That's what a VAWA is. You can apply for a VAWA, which allows you to remain in the U.S. indefinitely, and it allows you potentially to apply for a green card as well, which can come up in 2 to 3 years. So after the prima facie letter is received, which is sort of like a pre-approval of your case, which says on its face your application is approvable, you can qualify for public benefits with this prima facie letter, you can maybe get a driver's license in many states with this prima facie letter. So how long does it take? So for the VAWA, so prima facie letter comes usually within 2 to 3 months after you apply for a VAWA, and then the VAWA is usually approved 1.5 years after applying. So let's say maybe about 15 months or so after the prima facie letter is when you can see a VAWA approval. Usually the whole process, if you also apply for a green card, can take 2.5 to 3 years before you get a green card interview, and of course after the interview, a green card. Call us if we can help you. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Nicola says, what is your consultation fee? Our consultation fee is $150. We do them by Zoom, by phone, or in person. Call us if we can help you. You can also schedule online on our Facebook page or our website, agarwalimmigration.com. The consultations are directly with me. I am an immigration attorney. We'll go through your immigration history, talk about timing, process, all the steps involved, and any possible obstacles and how to overcome them to get you that green card or that work permit, whatever you're interested in at this point. You can reach me at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. You can schedule a consultation on our website or our Facebook page. Atiba says, can I renew my temporary green card with my spouse? So if you have a temporary green card and your spouse is willing, so essentially if you have a 2-year green card and your spouse is you're in a happy marriage, you're still with that spouse, you're still living together with that spouse, right? You can file to, it's not really a renew, you can file for a 10-year green card. That's what it's called. So you have a 2-year green card, you can file for the 10-year green card. That's essentially what it's called. So that's the renewal. I guess that's what you mean by the renewal. So yes, but even if you're no longer with your spouse, if you're no longer happily living with your spouse, you might still be eligible to apply for that 10-year green card on your own. And that can be done, let's say, for example, if you're divorced without my spouse. Sorry, Atiba says clarifying. Okay, that's a better question. All right. So if you have a 2-year green card, can you apply for a 10-year green card without your spouse's help? I think that's what you're asking. So I have a 2-year green card. I want to apply for my 10-year green card, but my spouse is not willing to help me. So yes, there are many kind of situations where you can apply for that 10-year green card without the help of your spouse. So for example, we do a lot of cases where there's abuse in the marriage, and that could be physical abuse. Oftentimes it's not physical abuse, it's more verbal abuse, mental abuse, things of that nature. So if there's that kind of abuse in the marriage, you can apply for that even if you're not divorced. If you're divorced already, you can apply for that 10-year green card without your spouse based on the divorce. You can also, if your spouse passed away, you can apply for it if your spouse passed away, that 10-year green card without the help of your spouse. And if you would suffer extreme hardship by returning to your home country, that's probably a little bit more complicated to prove than one might think. But yes, there are many ways to apply for that 10-year green card on your own without the help of your spouse. We do these cases pretty often. Feel free to reach out to us. Give us a call, 703-348-1663. Of course, if you'd like to make sure you can get on my calendar, check out our Facebook page or our website, agarwalimmigration.com. You'll see my availability, and you can schedule a consultation directly from the website or on our Facebook page. Okay? Great, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I don't think I'll be able to I think I got through most of my questions here. But if you would like to know when I'm on live again, make sure to like us and follow us on all of our social media platforms, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. We're Agarwal Immigration on all of them. Again, if I didn't mention it after you joined, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I help clients no matter where you are located in the U.S. We only work in U.S. immigration law, but we help kind of all types of applications, including family applications, VAWA, T visas, U visas, and of course employment-based green cards and visas as well. So reach out to us. We have a lot of experience and knowledge, and we'd love to chat with you more about your immigration case. Okay? Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Make sure you follow us and like us if you want to be notified, and of course share this with others.